Think all guns just hold their value? Think again. Some 9mm handguns aren't just keeping up, they're exploding in price, turning everyday pistols into serious collector gold. From discontinued legends to rare modern releases, these are the guns everyone wishes they bought sooner. The real question is, do you already own one of these skyrocketing investments? Browning High Power. The Browning High Power is often called the grandfather of modern double-stack 9mm pistols. Originally designed by John Moses Browning and later finalized by F.N. Herstal in Belgium, it set the standard for what a service pistol should be. Adopted by military and police forces in more than 50 nations, the High Power became one of the most widely issued sidearms of the 20th century. At its core, the pistol featured a 4.7-inch barrel and an innovative 13-round double-stack magazine, offering more firepower than most of its contemporaries. For decades, this combination of capacity, ergonomics, and reliability gave it a reputation as a true workhorse. Production officially ended in 2017, sparking immediate demand among collectors. Since then, original Belgian-made high powers have surged in value, with clean examples often selling between $1,200 and $3,000, depending on condition and rarity. What makes the High Power special isn't just performance, it's history. It represents the evolutionary leap from early single-stack designs to the high-capacity 9mm pistols we know today. Combined with FN's craftsmanship, the Browning High Power remains a timeless icon that continues to appreciate in value. Walther P38. The Walther P38 is one of the most iconic pistols of World War II. Designed as a replacement for the costly Luger P08, it became the standard sidearm of the German Wehrmacht starting in 1939. What made the P38 revolutionary was its innovative double-action single-action DA/SA trigger system, a first for military pistols, allowing the gun to be safely carried with a round chambered and fired with a long, deliberate first pull. The pistol featured a 4.9-inch barrel and a single-stack 8-round magazine, chambered in 9mm parabellum. Its rugged design, excellent ergonomics, and reliability under harsh wartime conditions cemented its reputation as one of the most advanced service pistols of its era. Today, collectors highly prize wartime P38s, particularly those with matching serial numbers, original Waffenamt markings, and proper holsters. Post-war models produced by Walther and under license by Manurhin in France are also gaining value as interest in historical firearms grows. Depending on condition and rarity, a P38 can range anywhere from $900 to well over $3,000. For both history buffs and serious collectors, the Walther P38 isn't just a firearm. It's a tangible piece of World War II history that continues to appreciate in value. SIG Sauer P210. The SIG Sauer P210 is often hailed as one of the most accurate 9mm pistols ever produced. First introduced in the late 1940s and issued to the Swiss military, the P210 set a new benchmark for precision and build quality. Its exceptional fit, finish, and attention to detail earned it a reputation as a true masterpiece of European craftsmanship. The pistol features a 4.7-inch barrel and a single-stack 8-round magazine, chambered in 9mm. What truly sets it apart is the way its slide rides inside the frame rails, a design that minimizes play and contributes to its legendary accuracy. Every component was hand-fitted, making the original Swiss-made P210S some of the finest service pistols ever built. Today, collectors place a premium on the early Swiss-made models, especially those bearing military crests or rare variations. These can command $3,000 to over $6,000, depending on condition. Modern US-made reissues by SIG Sauer are excellent shooters in their own right and offer a more affordable entry point, but it's the original Swiss models that continue to skyrocket in value among serious collectors. Beretta 92S and early 92 models. The Beretta 92 series is best known as the US military's M9, but it's the earlier variants that are drawing the most attention from collectors. Introduced in the mid-1970s, the original Beretta 92 brought modern styling, high-capacity firepower, and Italian craftsmanship into the spotlight. One of the earliest iterations, the Beretta 92S, featured a European-style heel magazine release instead of the thumb release later seen on the M9. While this feature was less popular in the US, it makes the 92S stand out today as a collectible piece of Beretta history. Like its successors, the pistol carried a 4.9-inch barrel and a 15-round double-stack magazine, giving it far more firepower than many contemporaries. Early Italian-made 90s, especially those with unique markings, limited runs, or early production traits, are becoming harder to find as more shooters and collectors recognize their historical value. While standard M9s remain relatively common and affordable, the early 92 series is steadily climbing in price, with clean examples of the 92S and early Italian models often ranging from $600 to $1,200, depending on condition. Heckler and Koch P7. The Heckler and Koch P7 is one of the most innovative 9mm pistols ever produced, instantly recognizable for its unique squeeze-cocker design. Unlike traditional pistols, the P7 requires the shooter to depress a front grip lever to cock the striker, adding an extra layer of safety and speed. Once mastered, this system makes the P7 one of the fastest and most intuitive handguns to bring into action. Introduced in the late 1970s, the original PSP, Polizei Selbstlade Pistole, was adopted by German police forces. It featured a 4.1-inch barrel and an 8-round single-stack magazine. Later came the upgraded P7M8, which maintained the same barrel length and capacity, but added user-friendly changes like a thumb-operated magazine release. Due to its complex machining and high production costs, HK discontinued the P7 series in the early 2000s. Since then, collector demand has skyrocketed. Depending on condition, PSP models typically bring $2,000 to $3,000, while P7M8s can command $3,500 to $5,000 plus. Beloved for its accuracy, low-bore axis, and truly unique engineering, the HK P7 has gone from being considered odd to becoming one of the most desirable collectible 9mm pistols in the world. Smith & Wesson Model 39. The Smith & Wesson Model 39 holds a unique place in American firearms history as the first US-designed double-action 9mm pistol. Introduced in the mid-1950s, it marked a major shift away from the traditional single-action service pistols, like the 1911. Built with an alloy frame to reduce weight, it quickly gained attention for its modern design and shootability. In 1967, the Illinois State Police became the first major U.S. law enforcement agency to adopt the Model 39, cementing its reputation as a reliable duty sidearm. The pistol featured a 4-inch barrel and a single-stack 8-round magazine, chambered in 9mm parabellum. Its combination of double-action operation, lightweight, and American engineering made it a true pioneer in the evolution of semi-automatic handguns. Today, while later Smith & Wesson 9mm models are relatively common and affordable, original Model 39s are increasingly sought after by collectors. Depending on condition and rarity, they typically range from $700 to $1,200, with pristine examples commanding even more. For anyone interested in the development of the American 9mm pistol market, the Model 39 stands as a historically significant and collectible firearm. Colt Commander in 9mm. The Colt Commander in 9mm is one of those pistols that often flies under the radar, but has become increasingly desirable among collectors. While the classic Colt 1911 in .45 ACP gets most of the attention, The post-WW introduction of the Commander created a lighter, more compact option for military trials and civilian carry. Chambering it in 9mm made the pistol even more practical for shooters looking for reduced recoil and higher efficiency. The 9mm Commander featured a 4.25-inch barrel and a 9-round single-stack magazine, maintaining the familiar ergonomics of the 1911 while offering the advantages of the 9mm cartridge. At the time, American shooters were slow to embrace 9mm over the traditional 45 ACP, which limited demand for the 9mm Commander. Ironically, that limited production now makes original factory 9mm Commanders highly collectible. Today, these pistols are steadily climbing in value, often ranging from $1,500 to over $3,000, depending on condition and originality. Collectors especially prize early models, which perfectly blend Colt's legendary 1911 heritage with the modern practicality of the 9mm Steyr GB. The Steyr GB is one of the most fascinating 9mm pistols to come out of Austria, though it never achieved the commercial success it deserved. Introduced in the late 1970s, the GB was designed as a potential military sidearm and stood out for its gas-delayed blowback system, which reduced recoil and enhanced accuracy. Just as impressive, it carried an 18-round double-stack magazine, giving it class-leading capacity long before high-capacity pistols became standard. The pistol featured a 5.3-inch barrel, which, combined with its innovative operating system, made it exceptionally smooth to shoot. Unfortunately for Steyr, the GB was quickly overshadowed in the 1980s by the Glock 17, which was lighter, simpler, and rapidly adopted by both police and military forces worldwide. As a result, relatively few gigabytes were imported into the US, leaving it in the shadows during its production years. Today, that rarity has transformed the Steyr GB into a collectible sleeper. Enthusiasts who appreciate its advanced engineering and historical significance are driving prices upward, with clean examples ranging from $1,500 to $2,500 and climbing. Ruger P-Series in 9mm. Ruger P-Series pistols in 9mm, including the P85, P89, and P95, were once dismissed as bulky and overly utilitarian. Built from the late 1980s through the early 2000s, these pistols were designed first and foremost for durability and function, rather than sleek styling. What they lacked in refinement, they more than made up for in rugged reliability, which earned them a loyal following among budget-conscious shooters. Most P-Series 9mm featured a 4.5-inch barrel and a 15-round double-stack magazine, giving them respectable capacity for their era. The P85 was Ruger's first entry into the modern 9mm semi-auto market, followed by the refined P89 and later the polymer-framed P95, which trimmed weight while keeping the same workhorse reputation. For years, these pistols were overlooked in favor of flashier designs, but collectors and shooters are now revisiting them. Their affordability, toughness, and increasing scarcity on the used market are pushing values upward. Today, clean examples can still be found for $350 to $600, making them one of the last affordable collectibles in the 9mm world. Springfield Armory P9. Early production. The Springfield Armory P9 is a lesser-known but highly desirable 9mm for collectors who appreciate CZ-style pistols. Before Springfield built its reputation with the XD and Hellcat series, it imported and rebranded CZ-75 clones during the 1980s and 1990s. Marketed as the P9, these pistols offered the same ergonomics, accuracy, and durability that made the CZ-75 legendary, but with the rarity of being a short-run Springfield import. The P9 featured a 4.7-inch barrel and a 15-round double-stack magazine, staying true to the CZ-75 design it was based on. While performance was excellent, Springfield never imported large numbers, which means surviving examples are far less common than standard CZ75s of the same era. And there you have it, 10 9mm handguns that are shooting up in value. From timeless legends like the Browning High Power and Walther P38, to overlooked sleepers like the Ruger P series and Springfield P9, each of these pistols tells a story of history, innovation, and collectability. What once were ordinary sidearms are now turning into serious investments, with prices climbing year after year. So here's the big question: do you already own one of these skyrocketing handguns? If so, you might be sitting on more than just a reliable shooter. You might be holding on to collector gold. Make sure to let us know in the comments which of these you have, or which one you wish you picked up back when prices were lower. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Gun Savvy, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the firearms world. Until next time, shoot safe, collect smart, and stay savvy.